By Hidden Realms. I'm Neil Horror. I'm your Dungeon Master, and this is the race to the Battle of the Bands. The and so yes, so this is the second time. This is the second session, and where we left it last week. That the band, which is now named the Narcissistic Tendencies, is a fantasy progressive metal band. Absolutely blew. They who were running second in line to the Knights of Sigalia, who were a fairly big band, but thanks to Chad's performance and the rest of everyone else in the rest of the group, absolutely blew them out of the water, and which did not make them popular with the Knights of Sigalia, who cancelled all future gigs with the Narcissistic Tendencies, who were supporting them. And shortly after the band finished their performance, they came across a gentleman who was being bullied and was having the proverbial kicked out of him by a local gang. The group agreed to help the old man out and go and have a word with the gang to try and get him out of debt after he borrowed money from them to aid his daughter, or to try and cure his daughter's uncurable disease. They en route they decided to link up with the town mayor, Mayor Mandy, who they discovered a bit more information about 3 murders that have been happening in the town and a break-in at the local library. And they gathered some more information about that, joined again by the rest of the band. That's where we left it from last week. What I will say is that following behind Jim's character, after he introduced himself, Libryen of Lastalor, if you want to pronounce it.
It's Klebren of Castledor.
Yeah, Kleben.
Klebren.
Yeah. Would you like to describe yourself?
Well, I'm funnily enough a changeling, so I just present as an average person in the band. Just kind of nothing too, no characteristics standing out, nothing too fancy. Just kind of quiet in the background. Just I play the fiddle for the band, among some other instruments, but mainly the fiddle. And I'm quiet in the background, always listening, and have a tendency to disappear, and then reappear.
Okay, so you will know the other band members, but just because you weren't here last week, we'll go around and introduce them. So Soladriel, the security of the band. Would you like to describe yourself?
Description-wise, probably 6'2", 6'3"-ish. Very pale long hair, high elf, quite regal bearing compared to other band members, I suppose. And yes, ranged fighter, so longbow over my back, and two scimitars on my hips.
Awesome. And you've already seen him pull off some rather impressive feats with defending the specifically Chad, who is the lead singer, from of his adoring fans, who come in all shapes and sizes. So Chad, describe yourself.
Hey, I'm Chad. I'm a half-elf bard. As has already been mentioned, I am the front man of of the band, so my responsibilities are tearing it up and melting hearts. And yeah, that's all we need to know for now.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw in the latest performance that Chad pulled off a maneuver, jumping into the crowd, doing a 3-point hero landing, and the crowd going absolutely mental, and creating a mosh pit at the same time that Soladriel managed to throw some of the fans into the mosh pit, sort of putting an extra explosion onto it. But the band's performance can not be. It's very much underpinned by its connection with its fans through its media, and heading up the media for the band is Glow, a fire ganassi. If you want to drive yourself, Mike.
Yeah, I'm Glow. I'm about five foot. I've got charcoal grey black skin, and I've got like yellow and black hair with a very stylish yellow and orange beard. I'm full of energy, full of excitement. I want to get the band going places and stuff like that. And I every time I dance, I do produce flames to make get everyone up and dancing and stuff like that, like a couple of glow sticks just dancing away and stuff.
Becomes like a classic 80s, metal rock festival. And you'd just followed into the mayor's house, which was a big stately home. Surprisingly, there were no maids or anything else that was around. There was just some kids that were sort of playing around, and then this sort of middle-aged, attractive, red-headed woman was there with the group, and they were just planning their next stage. Chad had spotted a couple of things in the room. If you want to talk about that. Well, it's probably not in front of Mandy at the moment, I guess.
No, so metagaming right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me just check my notes. There was a letter on a stand in the room we were in, addressed to her, that had a detailed golden spider with emerald eyes, and then off the wall, so there was a wall full of portraits of previous mayors, and there was one that was off the wall and picture leaning against it. I managed to sneak a peek, and it was a female portrait with the face scratched out. I believe that's everything. That was everything. And you guys had got the information about the 3 murders that had happened in the town, and a bit more information about the gang, which is headed up by Armagh. In my awful Southern American accent. So, what would you guys like to do? You are still in the living room of Mayor Mandy's, and I think you guys were sort of finishing up your conversation from there. Yeah,
it's still quite early in the day, isn't it?
Still quite early. It's about 11 o'clock. I know it's a bit later than that. It's about 1 o'clock, because you guys got up a little bit later.
I swear we had a plan, and then Jim introduced himself, and I've since forgotten what we were going to do.
I think you were talking about going off to go and speak to old Ma, and her gang, the Theodore's gang, and there was discussions about the library as well, because there was a break-in. It was a break-in at the library.
Yeah, okay, I remember.
And the other thing that the paper also talked about was the old butcher who'd come into some money left to him by a long-lost aunt.
Okay. Yeah, we were going to go to Mars gang, wherever they may be, and because
Yeah.
the mayor was going to pay us or give us headline slots. I think that was the
Yes,
arrangement.
that's right. Yeah, she
Yeah.
basically said that there was a reward for the murders, but in regards to the gang, something would actually be more worthwhile to you. That there is another town which is sort of a couple of days away, who also have a similar music festival. Do you know that this throughout Sigalia, that there is these sort of little towns dotted around that have these music festivals, and she could get a connection, get you headlined, which would be a massive progression for your band.
What made glow with excitement when he heard that.
And the old postman also said that if you were able to get him out of debt from the Theodore's gang, then he would be able to make sure that all of your leaflets for your band would, every single package that went through here. This is one of the major postal services for the entire Sigalia, and that's one of the things it's famous for. And he will make sure that every letter and every package will have your band's leaflet in it. So increase and improving your band's presence.
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. So we were going to go see Ma, but do we even know where she is?
Yeah, you did. You found out all that is where she
Okay.
was. She's she's just they are a little bit outside of town.
Right.
Just in a described to you as an old rundown farm. They don't farm anything, but it's dilapidated. From there, you were followed a couple of times. That much you did see, and you were followed by a couple of the inbreds gang members.
Okay.
And all the gang members seem to look very alike.
I had suspicions they were inbred, but I didn't want to, I don't want to throw labels around like that. All right. Unless nobody else has anything else they want to do, I'm quite happy to just head out to Mars.
No, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So,
Yeah. So
How,
go on.
so I was going to say, how circumspect do we want to be when we're heading out there? Just beeline straight there, up to the front door and ask them some questions, or do we want to scout around first?
we can get within the vicinity and then do some surveying if you want. If you think that would be the better approach instead of just knocking on the door.
It might be interesting to have a look around, see what else is out there. See if we can see how many of them there are. No one seems to quite have a concrete number.
Okay.
There should be 10, there should be 50. Might change our tact slightly.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So going through town, do you just sort of take a low profile? Because you remember last time that people started to gather around you, and certainly quite a few fans were coming and going, "Oh, Chad,
Yeah.
you're amazing."
Yeah, that is super annoying. Could I cast minor illusion on myself to make myself?
You certainly can.
To make myself, I want to make myself look like I'm related to one of Mars' gang.
Right. Okay. So you are limited with minor illusions. So you can try and do something. Make a Arcana roll.
Shit. Right. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So you nice, which gives you a total of
that gives me a total of 21.
So 21. Okay. So you leave. I'm assuming you're doing this outside. When after you've left the building.
Yeah.
So Ma, she says, "Good day." She says, "Good day to you, fellas, and I hope you have a good time, and you're able to do all the things you set out for, and you leave, and the little girl and the little boy, Soladriel, challenges you to a little fight again on your way out. He's a sort of 6-7-year-old little boy, and standing there, chest puffed out, in his fake kind of sword and everything.
think this time we're just trying to pick him up and move him, put him back down, tap him on the head, and
Yeah.
walk past.
It goes off and Mandy's daughter, it just it Chad, and you know, after having spoken to you, she's completely besotted by you, and so you guys leave the you leave her manor, find somewhere sort of nook to do your spell. So you cast minor illusion, and generally minor illusion it's quite obvious if when you're
Right.
looking through minor illusion when something is from a distance it isn't, but with the role that you've got, you managed to kind of sort of use some of your natural charisma and your natural kind of ability to blend in with other people, to kind of rough up yourself a little bit, being able to and the minor illusions just make your clothes look a little bit more scaggy. They make yourself look, less attractive, and it was a feat to do that,
Nice.
and you know that, and it kind of goes against everything that you would normally think you feel.
Yeah.
But you managed to kind of sort of make yourself look a little bit more rougher. You blacken out a couple of your teeth with the illusion. You kind of give yourself a couple of scars from there as well, and sort of a bit of a slouch.
Underbite.
Underbite.
Yeah.
That's exactly that sort of thing. And if anyone came really close to you, it'd be easy for them to spot. But certainly from the distance, it'd do the job.
Cool.
So going through the town, I am going to roll for your band's presence to see the which will be at a disadvantage because of Chad. So no one really sort of pays that much attention, which for the rest of the band members, you just go, oh, fuck's sake, yeah, all right, Chad, all right, it's not just about Chad. You think they'd at least recognise some of us, but no, it seems like, without Chad looking like Chad, that perhaps people, didn't quite look, quite looking at the band in quite the same way.
Glow's not really looking because his head's down. He's scribbling frantically on bits of paper and stuff like that. Just doing any ideas for the posters and just making a note of what's going on and stuff like that. So
amazing. And I imagine Soladriel is, eyes
Heads on
out.
the swivel.
Yeah, eyes on the swivel. And Libryen, I just pronounce it again. Libryen.
Yeah.
All right. And to be showing off his Welsh. and are you doing anything particular as you're wandering through the sort of town?
No, I'm just following the band at the moment.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Jim's character sort of makes his excuses and says that there's a couple of things I need to do, but I'll aim to catch up with you guys a little bit later, and so you guys make your way through town. You go past the kind of the centre. You can see your posters that are there. There are some groups of young people that are around. Still, people that have come to the kind of music festival here that are still hanging about the following day. Waiting for stagecoaches to leave, and you catch a couple of sort of conversations, about people still talking about your band's performance. I'm really excited to see, people saying I'm definitely going to see them next time, and then the next gig, and you make your way through out of town, and you following the map that you were given. With a big beep 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 on the map telling you where the next quest is, and you come across a farm off the beaten track, and what you see from a distance is a grotty old building with dilapidated fence around its perimeters. It looks like something very much out of Chainsaw Massacre. It's got a 2-story building where most windows are smashed and boarded up. You can see smoke coming out the chimney. So obviously someone is home. There's a broken old wheelbarrows and carts strewn all over the lawn. Stranded out front of the building are you can see there are 2 burly-looking thugs holding a couple of crossbows. So make a perception check for me.
I got 15.
19.
15.
I got 18.
10.
18. Okay. You sort of taking a bit of time in the bushes. What was your Soladriel?
19.
19. Okay. So that you kind of sort of in the bushes, having a look around, take a sort of gander around the back of the building. You think there's somewhere in the region of about 10, maybe 12 people in the building, sort of spending about sort of half an hour sort of watching the building. You know, you can see, you know, that there's these couple of people that are out front. There's an outbuilding behind, and like a barn at the back, which looks, you know, half like it's going to be falling down. But there's a small sort of outbuilding as well, and there's a number of trees that sort of dotted around it, and it stinks. It stinks, and you swear this place stinks like human feces.
Right.
It stinks, and you do catch Soladriel. You do catch a glimpse of someone. Which is you catch a small glimpse of an old woman with grey hair bandishing some sort of saucepan in her hands, as she sort of hits one of the other guys over the head. You can't hear what she says, but she hits him over the head with a rolling pin. She looks like some sort of grumpy old woman that hates everything in life, and you know, sort of blood stains down her apron, and a sort of walking stick sort of strapped to her side as well. So what do you guys like to do?
I'm going to start playing my flute to catch her attention.
Okay, so where are you going to do this? Where are you? You're about 150 yards away from the house at the moment. 100 to 150 yards, just sort of in the trees, that sort of thing. So you're going to do that? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll come out of the trees and start heading towards her.
All right. Okay. She's inside. She came outside. Very briefly came outside the house, but then went back in.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just start walking up towards the house, playing the flute.
Chad.
So Clibrian's already just gone off and started playing the flute.
Yeah.
Right. So I turn to the 2 that are still with me.
You can backtrack on that if you wanted to do something different.
Well, I was going to suggest. I was
the things that you may have not cast, that this is like a money laundering gang that I mean, you guys describe what you have found out about her.
Well, I was going to suggest, considering how disgusting I look, that I try to call her out and pretend to be a relative, lure her away with something, and then we just like grab her, and then like a divide and conquer kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was gonna.
That was going to be what you would have had chance to discuss that on the way over.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just realizing that there was stuff. You know, what would you like to? Would you like to still do what you were doing?
No, that's fine. No, I'll go with that. It's just I didn't know we had a plan, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's okay. That's what I realised I didn't explain very well.
No, that's why I've been waiting to kind of the action to start, because at the moment I'm not sure exactly where we're at.
That was my mistake. I didn't explain exactly. You guys hadn't really discussed what and how you were going to approach her, in what the plan was, but you certainly you'd sort of talked that that she was not a very nice person. And that she is, you know, basically money launders people for in the town, and a bit of a town nuisance as well.
A loan shark. And
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to reach down and pick up some mud and just wipe it a bit more on Chad and stand back and go, perfect, now you can go.
Okay.
So are we wanting to speak to her and try and reason with her, or are we?
I want to try and lure her out, just her, and then try to isolate her so we can like get her alone and kidnap her, and then see if we can try and get the debt resolved, or we can just try and get the debt resolved here and now. But I think the kidnapping's a bit more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go up and talk. But what do you boys want to be doing?
I'm going to just. Chloe's just going to pull out one of his javelins and just try and get as close as he can without coming out of the tree line, and just keep you covered just in case anything goes wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What sort of distance between the tree line and the
house? It's about 100, between 100 and sort of 150 yards.
I'll be rolling at disadvantage, but I can still do it.
Yeah,
so I'll be fine. I'll pull my longbow out and.
Okay, from a distance.
Yeah,
it's about 130. It's about 130 yards away. From there, so I'll have a stealth roll from all of you.
I'll be roll.
Well, probably with the exception of you, Dad, because you're not.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not going to be stealthing.
Just to let you know, I will be rolling at disadvantage because of my armor.
Yeah,
So,
no problem.
I got 5.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Hello. He did slightly better than me. With disadvantage, I got 8. So I'm just
Nice.
lumbering through this thicket and forest.
No,
Big heavy chainmail armor.
With disadvantage, you did better than me.
Yeah.
Even with a +6 to stealth, I got 9.
Right.
So we're not very stealthy, but
Come with me.
The only good thing I take out my roll is that it wasn't a nat 1. It was That's all. Like
3.
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. But you guys are bumbling around. You guys are not used to the stealth stuff. You know, you guys are used to kind of making as loud a noise as you possibly can. And
I'm not a wood elf.
Yeah, exactly. But bear it with that in mind. The two figures that are in the front of the house. That one of them starts sort of picking his nose and stuff like that, and the other one goes, "Shh! Hey, you hear something?" The other one goes, "No, I'm stupid. No, I definitely heard something. No, man, it's just your imagination. No, I definitely heard something." And then the other one just goes, "Shut up," and just punches him across the face. And they start scrapping out the front and having a basically a bit of a fight. The one that didn't hear anything got a natural 1, and so they just start scrapping out the front. So you actually don't think you've been heard, even though that it was terrible.
No, nice.
So you got these two people that are out front. After about a sort of minute or two, the old Ma, which I will post. I will send you a picture, actually, in the chat. There, if I can. Oh, no, I'll put it in Messenger. And hopefully Antonio will be able to put that onto the screen when we edit it.
Lovely.
Oh,
She
boy.
got a banjo on her back.
That's it might be. And there's a walking stick.
That rolling pin looks like it has barbed wire on it.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
He
Okay.
looks mean.
Yeah. Right.
Improvised weapon time.
Glad we could confirm that.
Yeah, and a pan lid as a shield, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it does.
That
Yeah.
wants its mum.
Yeah. Can't keep her in the kitchen. Come on.
To rip your face off.
Yeah, absolutely. That she comes out and she sort of takes the rolling pin. She's got like, "Hey, you doing?" and sort of smacks the two of them and beats the two of them. And oh, sorry, ma, sorry, ma, sorry, ma. And sort of she stops them, and they both start fighting. They stop fighting in sort of cower and things, and she kind of sort of gives them another one of her lump and things, and sort of she says, "Go." And she goes inside the house. So what are you going to do?
Right. Before I start, what do you think would be enticing enough to get her to walk away with us? I'm gonna say free money.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Money.
Yeah, like
Money, probably.
handouts from the mayor, food stamps or something.
Or 10 minutes alone in the bank.
Exactly. Yeah.
With no guards.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just gonna start walking up if these guys are stealthed in the bushes.
Okay, so make another stealth roll.
Is that everyone but me?
All of us.
So you're stealthing. You said you're not stealthing, Chad. So did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, I want to because I've got the minor illusion.
Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood that. So so if you start walking up the path, and you know there's a small sort of dilapidated gate just in the sort of entrance, and you go up there, and the two guards you go, hey, who's that? And the one that pulls up the crossbow. Hey man, stop there. Who goes there?
Calm down, boys. It's Cousin Keith. Don't worry.
Cousin Keith?
That's right.
We got a Cousin Keith. And then we'll go, huh? See, you got a lot of cousins. Maybe? Alright. Okay. Guys, I don't recollect having any Cousin Keith.
Oh, but I saw you last year
Where?
at Ma's last birthday party. Do you not remember? You were pretty drunk. You were pretty smashed.
Yeah. Make a persuasion roll. Sorry, not persuasion. Deceit.
Deception.
Deception.
That's 13.
13. Okay, guys. I was pretty smashed. Alright. Oh, come on in then. It's alright. What are you here for?
Oh, I've got to speak to Ma. Got to speak to her urgently.
Alright, fair enough. And, alright. So, you go in up the path, and they both go in, and one of them sort of, the one of them, he says, yeah, she's inside. And, goes, do you know the way?
No, I was pretty drunk as well, and I've been out of town for a while. Can you just remind me?
Well, it's just go through the door, and then
Fantastic.
Go through, and through out the back and stuff, and that there.
Cheers, boys.
It's alright, and look forward to this year's birthday party, eh?
It's gonna be a mad one, you know it.
Yeah, always is, man. Always is. Alright. So they're outside. You go in. Whilst he's doing that, is anyone else doing anything different? Do we want to do anything?
Trying to stealth up without making any more noise.
Okay. So you want to move up.
Hey!
So what's your roll? Soft 20, nice.
Yeah.
What's it giving you a total?
Of soft 20.
I just want a soft 20, not yeah. So okay. Well, distracted by that Soladriel. Do you want to do anything different?
Yeah, seeing Chad join in, which wasn't quite the plan, I'm going to stealth up as well, I think. Move up a bit.
Okay, so
I
roll
can
a stealth.
Well, that's better, 21, I think. No, sorry, 20... I can math, 24. Sorry.
Alright. 1 second. Jim is calling me.
Oh, here we are. I'm just gonna pop to the loo then.
Yeah, so just take a tiny break there. I'll be back in 1 second.
Fantastic.
Apologise for the break there. We were just catching up with Jim just to see if he was joining us. So we will get back to the action now. So we're getting back to the action. So everyone was stealthing up and getting a little bit closer whilst Chad was making his way in to the building, which I'll describe in a moment. So what was the roles that you both got? Soladriel?
24.
24.
And I got a soft 20.
Yeah, and a soft.
And
20,
I got 14 because I will
14.
be stealthing up as well.
Yeah, no problem. You feel that the three of you managed to make a very successfully, unlike last time, being able to kind of stealth up a little bit closer, and you work up to about sort of about 50 feet away from the actual kind of sort of front, managing to using some of the old deserted carts. You're pretty sure a couple of times that you've stepped in shit, like human feces. That you're not sure where the toilet is here, or if there is such a thing.
As Glow's stealthing up, his fingers is over his nose as he's stealthing up.
It does stink, which is nothing compared to when Chad enters the building. It is absolutely revolting. There is feces. There is animal fur. This is disgusting. There is. You make a perception roll when you go in as well.
Oh, I thought you were going to make me do a constitution save.
No, that's coming in a minute.
Oh,
That's
is it
coming
really?
in a minute.
I'll do a perception.
Yeah, perception roll.
13.
13. Okay. You looking around, you can see sort of 4 or 5 other people. There's a couple of guys sat on a sofa. Well, you think it's a sofa, but it is pretty revolting. There's a big room where there is a central staircase and gonna bring out the room. It's a central staircase, obviously going up, and then there is a room to the right with some tables and to the left, and then there is a sofa sort of towards the back, and then a long corridor which continues going on into inside, and you can see there are some rooms off to the right, off to the left, but there are holes in the wall. There's a couple of kind of animals which you think are probably small dogs, but you're not 100% sure because they are covered in something. You think you think one of the over in the corner. You think that there is a little dog crawling along the floor, but then you take another look, and that's not a dog covered in shit. That's a baby covered in shit crawling along the floor. And it is a damn ugly child, and it's not wearing any clothes. It just stops, takes a poo, takes a wee, and then just carries on. No one batters an eyelid. Yeah. You can see off to the left that there is some sort of kitchen, sort of further down the corridor and off to the left. But yeah, I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
There we go. 8.
Yeah, you've not enough to throw up, but this is making you feel a little bit queasy.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay in a really long time.
Yeah.
You can hear some hustle and bustle going towards the kitchen, and some shouting and some screaming. The 2 guys that are on the sofa, they look, quite docile. There is the light in here is quite dim. There's a kind of shining light from outside, from part of the roof, which is sort of open, shining inside, but the rest of it is really, musty, dirty smell.
Right.
If I wasn't playing a paladin, Glow would quite happily burn the place down. But
Yeah.
I think paladins have to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just slightly.
There are shades of good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's shades. To be honest, you can have evil paladins.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
whatever the tendency of your god is.
Morality is a spectrum, so
Absolutely.
No, Chad, just give the word, and Glow's ready to go full daft on you.
Oh, we should have come up with a code word so I could just right, okay.
So there's a room where there's some shouting, and there's a female voice and some other male voices that are there that you can hear.
Right, then I'm just gonna head towards the ruckus. I'm just gonna nod my head to the docile people to go, lads, and then just make my way towards what I assume is Mars' voice. Yeah.
So you make your further way in, sticking to the floor, and your feet are sticking to the floor at times. It's it's unpleasant. So you head your way into there. You go down the corridor, and you see there's sort of a double doorway, and you can see into the kitchen, and there are some sort of cooking smell that's coming out of there. Yeah, you think that's probably cooking, not cooking that you want to eat, but there's cooking smell coming out there.
Yeah.
There's no sign of any other woman other than the Ma that you've heard of.
Cool. So I was like, "Oh, what you got cooking here, Ma?"
And she looks back. She first turns around like that, and read this. Right. Now it goes. That's just the normal stuff.
Oh, it smells better than last time I smelt it.
You gotta get what you're given.
Yeah. Well, I can't dilly-dally. I've got urgent news to tell you. Mayor Mandy is giving away free money and a renovated new estate to the first elderly woman that can come and get it. So I've run right here to tell you so we can get it.
She spins round to have a look at you, and make a deception roll.
Nat 20, nat 20.
Oh, it's cocked.
That one.
Oh, no, never heard the
14.
like.
Pardon? 14?
14, yeah.
Okay. She looks at you. Her eyes squints a little bit in the light. No, that's fine. You're there. And she goes, "Who are you?"
Oh, I told the boys outside I'm Cousin Keith.
And she goes, "Boys, we got an intruder." I need initiative.
Oh, crap.
Shit.
She was at disadvantage to spot you in the light, and she got a 20 and a 19
Fuck.
I know.
on the rolls.
Bye,
Any
Chad. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so short-lived, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you played well.
Can't lose the lead singer already. That was just.
So, Chad,
21 initiative.
21. Okay. Soladriel,
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll. That's not so good. 11.
Soladriel, 11. Glow,
14.
Glow, 14. And Libryen.
The almighty 6.
Oh,
Roll big there, Moggs.
Yeah, rolls are with me tonight. Bit.
9.
I think you guys used all the good rolls up last week and left me with this crap.
Yeah.
To be honest, Neil had some horrible rolls last week.
I did. have some
Yeah,
incredibly
he
bad
did.
rolls.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah.
It's just coming back around to us.
Yeah. Okay, so Chad, you are up first. So
Oh.
you are about 10 foot away from Ma, who's in the kitchen. There are 4 other people in the kitchen with her. There are 4 other similarly looking blokes, similarly hillbillies, for want of a better terminology.
Yeah.
And there is the 2 behind you, and you hear some commotion from upstairs as well.
Right. Okay. How many are like? What's the distance to provoke a attack of opportunity?
So you've got to be next to you, unless they are a mage slayer and you cast a spell.
Are any of them within that range?
No, none of them are directly connected to you. You're 10 foot away
Okay.
from all of them. It's about 60 foot to the door.
And is there anybody between me and that path right
There's, in current position, after she shouted that, there are 2 that are on the sofa, which you'll have to run past. They may get an attack of opportunity on you as you run past them, if you're going the direct line out at 60 foot, or if you want to take longer than 60 foot, then you could go round them and they won't get attack of opportunity, but you won't get to the front door.
now? Oh, I'm just gonna fucking eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 30 foot back the way I came. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, we'll. No, I'm just gonna run for the door as far as I can get.
Okay, so you're going to go to them. Right. So I am just changing the music.
Let's do some jingling banjos.
That's what I was thinking.
Now we're going all battle. dueling banjos would be good, wouldn't it? Let's go with dueling banjos.
Look, you've mentioned that, and look at my T-shirt.
Spooky.
There we go. Let's get some dueling banjos on the go. Let's get. All right.
I didn't even know we were going to meet a bunch of yokels.
Yeah. Okay, next.
So while you're sorting that out, Neil, are the two people outside? Have they gone inside or?
They have no. They haven't acted yet. That so the we'll come to. I'll describe to them what you guys see. So that's done. So you leg it past them, Chad, and the two are going to try and attack you as you run past them because they've got an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
They are because they were docile. They are going to get disadvantage to hit you.
Okay.
So it's 10 for one of them.
Nope, doesn't hit.
And 12 for the other one.
Nope.
No. All right. So they just try to punch you as you go past, and you manage to go, "Aah!" and you manage to get to them, and you are there at the front door. Front door is closed, but you've used your move action and your attack action in order to get to the door.
Yep.
So you still have a bonus action.
Can I open the door with the bonus action?
Not really, no. You
Right.
can start to open it.
What can you normally? I've kind of forgotten what you can do
So
with a
bonus actions, there are certain spells that you can do as a bonus action. There are rogues get a lot of stuff they can do with bonus actions. But so it's based on your skills.
Okay.
For bards, it's not you can. Actually, I don't think you've got yet, but inspiration.
Yeah, but it's on
Bardic
someone
inspiration.
else. It'd be on
Yeah,
someone else though.
So yeah, you do normally do that on someone else until late when you get that later levels.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just start to open the door then.
Yeah. Okay. So you start beginning to open the door. That's them. So next up, the two that are on the that are actually sat down. They start to move. And they head over to you. It is going to take all their action to move. They seem to be moving quite slowly, like they're a little bit kind of disorientated. You're not 100% sure why. They might be under the influence.
Yep. Of what? We don't know.
What you don't know. So that is those two. Glow, you are up.
So how are the
About
two still
50
out in the front?
But the two at the front, you see them go, huh? And they've heard something inside, and they're starting to make their way inside.
Yeah, I'm
They
just
haven't
going.
moved yet.
I'm just going to try and hit one of them with my with a javelin.
Okay. So they're about 50 foot away. So roll to hit.
Yes. Roll to hit. 14. Does that hit?
14 does hit.
Oh, that's cool then. Let me get the right dice. For 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You manage
Yep.
to spear one of them as he's opening the door. Who's that? And as you catch him, there's a nasty one in the side. Ow! And so that is your attack action. You can do anything else? You got bonus action?
I'm just going to stay hidden stay where I am for a second. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So you'll stay hidden. Well, you're not hidden anymore.
Not hidden, but yeah.
Yeah.
Stay where I am.
Yeah. Okay. So that is Glow. So the two of the ones that are come out of the kitchen, and they are making a beeline for you, Chad. But again, they're running. They're moving a little bit slower. than what you'd expect. They're like, what's going on here? And for those two, and they get about 30 foot away from you. But they do. One of them does pick up. He's got something in his hand, and he attempts to try and throw it at you.
Is it a third?
Oh, sorry, he's got. He's at disadvantage to hit you, and he got 6. So he did get a natural 20, but he's at disadvantage.
Nice.
And so that was those two, and then Ma comes out. She comes out, and she has got her rolling pin with frustration, but you feel a red kind of fire darts that sort of builds up in her hand, and she throws it at you as she casts firebolt.
Shit. Right, okay.
So she has got to roll to hit. So that would be 13.
No, doesn't
Oh,
hit.
it's terrible. So you hear that this firebolt that hits the kind of door next to you, like that, and coming out behind her are 2 of the other people. 2 of the other her family are coming out, going at the same time as she does, and you hear a commotion coming from upstairs. So Sol, you are up.
I'm gonna fire an arrow at the guy that didn't hit the other guy.
Okay, yeah, so roll to hit.
That's a 13 plus longbow 7, 12, soft 20.
Soft 20, well, you definitely hit.
Cool. 9 damage.
9 damage. Again, you hit this guy in the kind of sort of back, and he sort of pins up against the door a little bit. He isn't dead. He is very close to being dead. Almost one shot in again. But you have actually pinned them up against the door. It's like, what's going on? I can't move. And you pin them against the door. So that is his go. After you, it is the 2 at the door. There's one of them which is pinned up against the door. He's not going to move. He is basically restrained against the door. The other one has just been hit with the thing. It sort of holds his crossbow up and takes fire at Glow after he's seen you firing your thing.
Javelin.
So
Yep.
javelin. So that is for 21.
That will definitely hit.
So for 6 damage.
Okie doke. Well, it's nice knowing Glow, everybody.
You still up?
I'm still up, yeah. I'm still up.
Yeah.
Still with you.
He begins to start loading up his crossbow again. He's got this little look of panic over him. So that is him. So next up is Libryen. I'm going to pronounce it lots badly.
Libryen. So we've got 1 pinned up against the door and 1 loading the crossbow. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
When through the door, can I hear Mer's voice?
You can. Yeah, make a perception roll.
Oh, 18, 22.
Yeah, you can hear shouting and screaming inside, and you can hear like a loud female voice, but very kind of guttural.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Please come back next week for the next instalment of the Narcissistic Tendencies Battle of the Band at the gig at the Crossroads Inn.